Is anybody out there? It's Donnie Marie. All right, so I'm gonna try my hand at a cooking segment, and let me get rid of my ice pack, my morning ice pack for my head. So I'm gonna try my hand at being like a Food Network star, but under my control. Nobody tells Donnie Marie what to do. Okay? Like if I was working a real job at a network, I couldn't stop and just drink my coffee and say things like love is love and all that. And I couldn't give shout out to local business here, an incredible human being, Lenny Palladino. That's the real name. I'm not hiding it because he's right on the main street. You can find him. It's called Somewheres in Time. Somewheres in Time. Somewheres in Time. He might spell it without a S on somewhere. Somewhere in Time. Raritan Avenue. You go in there, it's like a magical world. Oh, by the way, we're making Panzanella salad, which is not really a salad. There's no lettuce. I don't really like lettuce. I'll tell you the truth. I think you can't make friends with salad, like Homer Simpson said. So anyway, shout out to a certain Dane I'm friends with, Danish person. You know who you are. I haven't asked for rights to whether or not you want your location disclosed in your name. So anyway, so Lenny Palladino, let me tell you about Lenny. This guy does charity fashion shows. I've been in many as a model, professional model, with many other women around and men and everyone. They're all wearing amazing outfits that he puts together. And well, this robe, as a robe enthusiast, this was a dream come true. He hand sewed this rope. Check it out, check it out, check it out, check out the glory. He sewed it with the sewing machine. And a side note, we figured out that isn't it nice how the gold in the glasses of the day picks up the gold in the robe. So anyway, Donnie thinks about these things. So oh, I don't need glasses. Wait, okay. So the Palladino, we figured out that my grandfather and father, they had a clothing factory in Little Italy. True story. And my grandfather also went back to Sicily, back and forth on the boat, because he had a wood carving business where he carved beautiful tables. I wish that I had one of those tables. I want to go on a hunt to Sicily, to the Capolingua region, 15 kilometers around. And they're all Capolinguas there, Capolingua cheese shop, Capolingua everything. So Capolingua tailor shop. And my father was like a tailor. Like he could look at you and go, you're a 38 long and a 36 and a and then everybody would be like, well, what the heck? He's like Rain Man of tailoring. Like he was like a Rain Man tailor. He could look at you, your waist is 32. You gained a few pounds. It'd be like, oh, you ate too much over the holidays. You look like a 34 now. So anyway, he'd get your clothes together. He even got Richard Nixon's clothes. And he used to put me in the car, and then we had to go through the Secret Service thing. This is all true stories. You think that I'm making this up? I'm not. Who could make this up? Reality is much stranger than fiction, as everyone says. So we go, and it's Donnie, we're gonna go drop off more suits at Nixon's house. And we drive up, and there's like a booth, and my father would be like, I got the suits for Nixon, and for Tricky Dick suits. And he would go in, and I'd be in the car. I was a little Donnie. I was a little Donnie Marie. Like, what the heck's happening? We're in the middle of the woods. We're driving down the driveway. I thought was a street. It was like a mile long. I guess he had to hide back there. He was talk about witness protection. He flew off in that helicopter, and the helicopter of shame, and then he was using my father as a way to get suits. My father went into the city every week, back and forth, and he brought me with him, and then he would say, Donnie Marie, I was like 11 years old. You want to go walk around, meet me at that deli down in the corner? Meet me in a half an hour. Like, that wouldn't fly right now. People got to keep track of their kids now. They don't really care about keeping track of kids so much. Yeah. It's like, whatever. Meet me on the corner where between the diamond district and the clothing district and the garment district where he was every week. I would always be driving back in the car and go, Donnie, we should move the family back to the city. It's like, what are we doing in New Jersey? But you know what? I think he came to love it, and he was like growing tomatoes and raspberry plants and all that stuff and whatever. He even got into raspberries, and then we had raspberry pancakes. So these are good memories. I loved like kicking around New York City as like a 10, 11, 12-year-old. And I would say, why don't you bring my sisters? And he would say, they can't fend for themselves like you do. Shh, don't tell them. That's what he said. So anyway, he had a feeling that I could fend, and I was like, what's fend? What does fend mean? It was a little vocabulary lesson. And he said, it means you could take care of yourself. So, I mean, I still got an arsenal of weaponry in my purse. So now to the cooking. You take bread, you let it, if this is peasant food, it's dry, it's any stale bread. The staler the bread, the better, as long as it's pre-mold, no mold. And I had this bread sitting out all night. I arranged it nicely, and I started crushing it before I thought of like telling you guys the tip. So I'm gonna crush the last ones, but I left this all night. Look how hard. I mean, you could like bang it on your head. It's hard. So anyway, you take this. Maybe I should get rid of that little piece I banged on my head because I got so much freaking schmutz on my face and all these. That's what I was gonna show you. I was gonna show you guys these. All right, I'm not getting any money for anything, and I wish that somebody would at least send me products or free things, but I'm doing it for the love. I'm doing it for all of you, so you can be entertained, you can laugh, you can make food, you can eat food, you can make coffee, you can eat coffee, you can do beauty, you can do everything in your house. Like when you wake up, my grandmother on the other side, the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth, she would get dressed up every day, and I would surprise her once I got older, I would say like, here I am, and she would be, most people are wearing sweatpants in their house, or no pants. Now especially, they got no pants because you zoomed from here up, So she would be, I'd knock on the door, be like, Queen Elizabeth, and she'd be like, you want a baby Watson cheesecake with your tea? Whatever, I can't even do the impression, but, so I would stop by whenever I was hungry, and I would bring my friend Sonny Boy, and Sonny loved her. Sonny was he loved her. So anyway, where did I go with that? Oh, these sticks, because I product placement. So if the woman who started this Treat Beauty knew how many sticks I have hidden all over this house. I mean, I want a coffee maker in every room. I can't, but that's not gonna happen with Johnny Rigatoni. He hates coffee. He's got the coffee conspiracy band in the making. So these things are everywhere. I'm going to show you another. I'll do a whole thing about it. But this one's called Unicorn Kisses. You put it on like this on your eyes. You put it down the middle. But I want my nose to look big. And then put it across. Glow. It's unicorn colored. It's the color of a unicorn's tears. Happy tears though. And then you got, this one is Coralicious, and I put a little here, Coralicious, and a little more glow. Keep glowing all day long. Then this one is the candy apple, and that's for the apples of your cheek. Obviously, it's inherent in the name. It says apples of your cheek. Let me just get a little closer because I don't have my glasses on. All right, I can see good up close, but far away. Oh, that's too purple. Looks like a purple, like I got a unicorn mustache. All right, so. Okay, now I'm ready. So, oh wait, I gotta wash my hands. Now I got so much shorts on my hands. Always wash. Here's a hint. Always wash your makeup products and creams off your hands before you touch food, because you probably don't want to eat that. Oh, I don't want to rub it on Lenny's robe. Go to Lenny's shop. He's great. It's like you'll be lost in a magical world, a getaway, and you won't even know where you are, and like 3 hours go by, and then the other Lenny comes in, and then you have two Lennys. You got Lenny, I got Lenny here, Lenny there, Lenny the dress designer, Lenny the other dress designer, and all the Lennys are trying to put clothes on me. So they do a good job. They get me dressed. So like most of my closets, like 90% Lenny's. And that necklace was the other Lenny. So here is the bread. This is what I do. You don't even need a knife. You don't have to bake. You don't have to turn on the oven. You don't even have to look. And I should keep my posture straight, so I'm not even gonna look down. And I'm gonna go like this. With wild cooking, as in love, should be done with wild abandon. I read that somewhere. It's on somebody's wall. Should be done or should be made, should be something like that. It's close. I'm always off on the quotes. So now we got a full bowl of dried bread. Very dry. If you tried to eat this, it'd be disgusting. You'd spit it out. So you take that. Johnny Rigatoni was like, what the heck is a panzanella? He never had it. I don't know what region he's coming from. Well, his mother, you know what? I never divulged this before, but we got a real mixed marriage because his mother is Portuguese. But I did get to learn about all sorts of food. She's got the good food. I mean, it's different, but it's good. Like the calavera, you ever have that? It's like collard greens with potatoes and soup. I make it now. I can make it. And instead of, she put like that sausage that was not Italian, it's hot. Can't remember the name. Anyway, I'll tell you later. So take some olive oil, the good stuff. Don't use crap on this one, and I don't use a measuring cup. I use just a mug, one of my many mugs, my mug collection. I don't use a lot. Johnny Rigatoni's like, don't waste the olive oil. Don't waste the tomatoes on this panzanella. I never heard of it before. He doesn't want to try the new things, but then once he tries them, he's like, oh, that's good. So I think he's gonna like it. So here's my spice drawer. Here we go. Let me show you so you can see it in action. Wait, get that out. This is a spice drawer. Can you see it? And then, hold on, come over here. Oh, I'm glowing a bit too much. Oh my goodness. And then here, let me turn on the light for you. And then here, Old Bay is always good, but here's this here. This is what Pauline Pierogi gave me, these beautiful to match my new turquoise kitchen. So let's not get distracted, Dawny. Dawny, this has to be short. I mean, it is a cooking show after all, but okay, so I put in that much olive oil. When I ask I'm channeling, let me channel my Aunt Connie, Conchetta, channel down to the panzanella. Okay, so she did the same thing. You say, how do you make that pizza dough? She'd be like, oh, you throw in some flour, you put it on the counter, you throw in water, you throw in olive oil, you throw in a little yeast, you throw in a little salt. I'm like, how much is a little? Everything can't be a little, because there's obviously more flour than yeast. You couldn't get any info out of her. It was like interrogating a mob boss to get a pizza recipe. She was like tight-lipped, but she's trying to tell you at the same time. Like she's trying to tell you, but she can't tell you because she doesn't. It's all she was like a magician. So anyway, take some vinegar of any kind. But darn it, I almost lost my robe. As a robe enthusiast, you have to be ready for this at all times for your robe to come out. Okay, so look at that, that's the Queen's necklace, and my friend Little Bird wore this on her wedding day, so it's special. And she's here from Paris, France, and she's leaving tonight after we have another birthday celebration with CC Reds and Blakey Malone. We're gonna have a little back porch, socially distanced. I have to have everybody in small groups, like one group. Then the birthday can go on all year. So that was my new revelation last night too. Like, why am I confining myself to 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months? This should be 1 year. So you start from August 19th, and then you go to August 18th. And then you have a small period of time between between 11 p.m. on the 18th and the and then at midnight on the following 19th. And that 1 hour is the only time of the year that's not your birthday. So you're gonna have a bad time then. But try to make the best of it. So I think it's better to use fresh tomatoes for this, but we don't have that many. Johnny, isn't this beautiful? It's like a picture from a Renaissance painting, like a yellow bowl with a bunch of tomatoes. Wouldn't you like to paint that and get the highlights and the shading and everything? Oh yeah, I had a student who did that recently. Yeah, that's right, Ruthie. All right, so This is something new, and I'm not gonna advertise him until he gives me some dough. But he has a show, he has a big show. He goes around and eats disgusting things, and I hate that because he's trying purposely to eat disgusting things. But he made a spice blend that I thought looked very interesting. So if he wants to contact me, he can. I'll leave it to him. The ball's in his court. I'm putting the fan on. It's too hot. Here, I'll take you with me. Okay, wait. Come this way. It's too hot. It's like I can't regulate. All right, now the fan's on. Okay, wait. Okay, wait for me. Now, I don't even know what time it is. 15 minutes. I'm not part of a network. I can do what I want. I'm a free agent. And besides, I saw a button that said I could make smaller videos out of larger videos. So maybe I can make little bits and little bits. So we got olive oil. I prefer, although I'm not giving any product placement until they give me the dough. They make with the dough. And this is pesto oil. They already put basil in it. We got a ton of, Johnny Rigatoni. We need herbs, but he's working with ruckus at the moment. You know what, I'll throw those in later, and oops, I'm off camera. So unprofessional, Donnie. So this is, I want to use the, you could use regular, this much. You could use regular vinegar, or you could use, I like balsamic, and Johnny Rigatoni seems to think there's something that, like, he seems to just like the standard. He's very traditional for a crazy guy. And then here. All right, there. So there's that. And now I'm going to put more things in my magical container. I'm going to put some people have an ethical issue with garlic powder. Not me. Here I come. I'm coming back. I got all the fancy stuff. So I got, wait, here, we got garlic powder. Can you see? This is how much? That much. So I'm gonna give you the measurements. And then garlic salt, which other people have a problem with, but it has no artificial anything. You know, I'm frightened of every kind of thing that's gonna give me a disease. So I read every label, which is probably gonna make me sick because I'm gonna worry. I'm gonna get sick with worry and get agita. But anyway, here's white pepper, and I found that if you just smell that, it smells a little bit like moldy socks. I know that's not very appealing, moldy socks in your panzanella, but just, if you put just the tiniest bit, don't overdo it. I put it in some zucchini, some green, diced up. It was so hot, our heads were exploding. So anyway, so now we got, the thing I learned from Rabbi Conheim, I think I can say his name because it was so long ago in Patterson, because I was his house cook. That's how I got through college, part of college. The thing I learned from him is, I used to be so careful with spices, but he was like, no, I'm loaded on, really loaded on. Donnie, what are you doing? Like, he would say, just like, he would say, you need way more spice than you think. And herbs, parsley, this one, that much, exactly that much. And then we need basil, more basil. This is dried basil, even though we have 8,000. Oh, I should have defrosted some of our whole I told you about. And more, how much more do I need? A little dill. I mean, why not? I like dill in everything, really. There's no time that's not a good time for dill. And we have fresh dill outside, but I don't feel like getting involved. All right, so now I got this, and I'm gonna take a fork that's iridescent and sparkly. Because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Why would you just use a plain fork when you could use, where are my eyes in the camera? There, okay. Why would you use a plain fork when you can use one that's magical like a unicorn, right? It changes color every time you turn it. You see? Okay, so it looks like this. Wait, I'm gonna put the camera. It looks like that, like a green pile of oily, vinegary, but it smells delightful. And there's another thing that's controversial. This is the issue of the day, that some people also don't like dried onion. Dried onion, if I can find it. You know, if you had a professional show, Donnie, you would have little people coming around and gathering all your ingredients ahead of time. Oh, I know. This would be fancy instead of those onions. I'll get those later. Dried onions. I don't know where I put them. But this is fancy. This is Herbes de Provence. That's French. Like Little Bird, who's Little Bird's gonna fly tonight. She's flying away back to Paris, France. Paris, France, French. She's so fancy. So anyway, she's an artist. She's great. She's from she's from Indiana, a cornfield, via art school, Highland Park, via got married, moved to Paris. So here we go. Herbes de Provence. To make it even classier, I'm gonna just stand here and let it rain. Can you see the raindrops? I can't because I told you I gotta get my eyes examined. They're totally shut. I can't see anything up close or far away. So this cooking show becomes even more of a mess. So I'm just gonna I'm not giving any product placements. They are organic, but the chopped. I said earlier, Johnny Rigatoni, go get me some. My back hurts. Go get me some chopped tomatoes, and he tells me there's no such thing. It's not chopped. It's diced. So I would prefer a straining spoon, but I'm just gonna go like that and like that. You want some liquid, and then you go like that. You're not seeing this, are you? I need a production team. Oh, well, I'm glad I didn't cut myself off, but nah, the thing's not gonna work like that. Well, anyway, look for now at the tomato, the glory of the tomato. And here's Johnny Rigatoni. He's getting his lunch ready. Johnny Rigatoni, you can get your lunch ready at the same time. I'm almost done. So I just pour this on here. Oh, he's in. All right, he's busy with ruckus. Anyway, so here, let's do this. I'm pouring the schmutzy pile of green oil out of the mug. It's a beautiful mug. I'm gonna rinse it out, have some coffee in it, and it'll have a little bit of a herbal essence to it. Remember that shampoo, Herbal Essences? I love that stuff. Me and my sisters used to wash our hair in the hose with Herbal Essences green bottle of shampoo. I wish I could find that. It has such a beautiful bottle, like a goddess on it. We used to wash our hair outside. We thought it was so fun in the summer to wash our hair. Hey, just stir this up, but don't get it too soggy and don't get it too dry. Okay, so we thought it was so fun to wash our hair with a hose. We'd be hosing our hair and then take the shampoo, lather it, and then we'd squirt each other's head when we couldn't reach. So we got that high-powered, my father gave us that high-powered, handle on the thing, the hose thing. Let me see, let me take a little taste. You should always, that's a tip, that's a Donnie tip. Always take a little taste. Wait. Let's see, did I make the magic happen? I almost did, but it's not salty enough. And it's got garlic, but not quite enough. Here's another controversial issue. If I could find those chopped onions, we could really bring this to a controversial head. I think they're over here. Hold on, I know a guy. I know a chopped onion guy. Hold on. I know he's over here. I'm always reorganizing, and then I can't find anything. No. Oh, I found it. Don't worry. Minced onions. All right. They're dried. People are like, oh, you gotta chop them fresh, but I don't care. I do it my own way. Donnie Marie is a rebel. Always have been, always will be. Okay, so there we go. So I put chopped dried onions, but they have to, just like the bread has to soak in the goodness, so does those onion pieces, because they're dry. If you bite into them now, it's gonna hurt your teeth. So, and then it wasn't salty enough, and it wasn't garlicky enough still, so I put garlic salt. Not too much. I try to be not too, like if you go to a restaurant, I blow up like a house. I'm like, that's so much salt. Everything's so salty. That's the only thing they depend on. They don't know how to cook. If they don't know how to cook, they're just gonna put mounds and mounds of salt and nothing else. And then you're just sucking on a salt lick for dinner, and there's no flavor. A little more tomato, right? Like this. Let it drop. Just let it drop. It's more natural that way. Wait. hold on. Give it a little ride on the way down. Give it a little ride. Here we go. Tomato, take a ride, take a fly away from home, fly from mama. There you go. Wait, now we're ready. I wish that you could see this like I could see this. If I had a real cooking show, you would see this happening because they have several thousand cameras all around you. Several thousand is what I heard. So if anybody wants to pick me up for a real show and bring the cameras to my house, because I don't want to go nowhere. I want them to come to my house like the fabulous Contessa with her bare feet. And I want them to come, and then I can go over to my neighbors just like she does. Her neighbor's Alec Baldwin. Yeah. Alec Baldwin, always be closing. Like I say, I took his wisdom and I say, always be creaming your face and your body and your hands and your feet and all of them. Last night, I took a bath when I couldn't sleep at like 3 a.m. I got out and I was covered myself like an oil slick in olive oil. And you think it's just for cooking, it's not. It's a secret, a beauty secret through the ages. All right, let's take, oh, this is perfect because it's not soggy and it's a little crunchy. Even Johnny Rigatoni can't deny. Let me get a little basil oil. Because he doesn't want to try new things, but once he tries them, he has fun. Like, he didn't want to go to San Diego to see my cousin Jeannie. And we went there and he's like, oh, I love San Diego. Let's move to San Diego. That's how much he loved it. He wanted to move there. And I said, well, the smallest little house is like $800 million. But she moved there in the 70s, so she was smart that way. Even though she left New Jersey, and I usually say you're dumb if you leave New Jersey, but you're dumb, you're a little dumb. But she was smart because she got there in cheap. The other cousin in Venice Beach, where it exploded with money and muscle heads. She's definitely not a muscle head. She's an artist, like me. That's done. Oh, how much time? 26 minutes. That's like a real show. This orange so good. The onions are a little hard still, but yeah. So one last tip of the day, and I'll show you the salad. This is I want to save the environment with Greta. Me, Mary Catherine, and Greta are interested, and I heard Jamie Lee Curtis and Jane Fonda. If you are on board, try. Make an effort to save the earth. They have these things now where you put a tablet like this. It's like the Jetsons. They ate food in a little thing of food came out. You put the tablet in there and you add water, and that's your refill. You never have to buy another one of these containers, and it's recyclable steel, aluminum. I'll check into it, but I'm never gonna throw it out. I'm gonna keep it for the rest of my life. They'll have to try that out on my cold dead hands, that soap thing, because I'm not letting it go in a landfill. All right, so here you go. Beautiful bowl. It's like very, it's like your old mama had, like it's traditional looking. And then here's the final. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. Now, the only thing that would make this better is if we go out in the herb garden outside and we just throw all the herbs you can possibly find, the fresh ones. I gotta wrap this up quick. Johnny Rigatoni's always like, you're talking too long. Ugh. That's it. That's Donny Macaroni's, not macaroni salad, Panzanella salad. That's it. Bye.